the
Sorry.
that's okay. The first meeting of first Monday of the month, we have an educational the presentation. So Rosie will do that for us this today. So Rosie, it's all yours.
Thank you so much, everybody. Um, Thank you. Like, this is an honor for me. I have a passion to, first of all, tell everybody that the reason why I'm in this business is because it's where my mission field is. I came from doing missionary work in other countries where people spoke Spanish, and I was able to interpret what the message was from the sermons. Um, but when I married my husband Scott about 15 years ago, he was a children's pastor at that time, and my mission work all over the world ended abruptly, and we end up in the church as a pastor's wife and a children's pastor's wife and things like that. And one day I was in my little pity party with the Lord, and I said to him, "Well, you're not sending me out in the world anymore for my mission field." And he says, "Because your mission field is in the backyard. Your mission field is the marketplace. And I want you there, Rosie, and I'm going to help you and open doors for you so you can help others be away from for having the idol of money so they can pay attention to what I'm asking them to do." Now, when I started, I really never told people I'm a Christian. I just walked the walk. I did not like to talk the talk. I walked the walk. And that has taken me to so many places. And I can tell you, I'm originally from Ecuador. Um, and I've been in this country for 33 years. And I've been to the White House 3 times. And 3 times it has been because of God, because He sends me on a mission. And what I want to share with you today is what I have developed over the years, which is grit and resilience. Is the power that if you surrender completely to God, He will take your heart that sometimes is a heart of shame, a heart of um, anger, a heart of resentment, a heart of pride, and He is our heart surgeon, and He can come and change that heart and transform you so you can have more grace for people and more surrender. But the biggest thing that God wants from us is our desire to surrender, a desire to spend time with Him. He doesn't need us, we need Him. And the more we desire, He's looking for that desire. He's not looking for a um He's not looking for like not a surrender, but like a chore for you to do. He wants you to desire to spend time with Him, because you know what? When you do, you become a better person. You get so much into the Spirit, the Holy Spirit takes over, and that's how He touches others. So from that is what I have developed my company, Rosie Paulsen Enterprises, to so we can work on making sure that you continue to be resilient, especially in your business, because we all know that the business owners are the adaptable and powerful leaders of the world. All righty, I'm gonna try to share my screen. Okay, and of course, I think is this one. No, it's screen 2. All right. But I'm gonna close these things. Hold on, which I want to make sure I had that down so I can put it again. All right. You guys see my screen, right? And it has the big one. Okay. So, okay, and then I have to do this other thing over here. Hold on, guys. I'll get it. All right. I'm set. I'm set now. Okay. So the name of this presentation and the name of my book is Ñeque. Now, make sure that you guys say it, Ñeque, and this is the hyphenated part of it, so you guys can remember, Ñeque.
Yeah.
Then I want you to tell me who thinks Ñeque is a Spanish word? Raise your hand if you think that ñeque is a Spanish word. All righty, good. Well, before I tell you the answer on that, let me let you know. Like I mentioned, my brand promise is knowledge, connection, success. This is some of my social media platforms that I put that information on the chat so we can communicate. And at the end of the presentations, I would love to give you with an excerpt of my book so you guys can read the first chapter of the book. But please connect in all the other social media. I am very active there, and you will see that. How am I making a difference? I'm a commission on the status of women, the Florida Commission on the Status of Women. If you are here right now in the state of Florida, it's a 22 women bodies, nonpartisan, that advocate for women issues, but at the same time we celebrate them. So we are right now accepting nominations for the Spirit of the Community Award. So if amazing ladies like Sarah M has done a wonderful job that has changed our community, she needs to be nominated for the Spirit of the Community Awards. So hint, everybody, hint, nominate Sarah M. I'm also part of the Equal Business Opportunity Council at the City of Tampa. And that came because I wanted to be a certified minority-owned business. And it took me 3 years to do it. And I'm one of those people that I can complain about things and nothing changed, or I can get involved and make things happen. And because this department was the one that certified people for the minority certifications, I went in, became part of it, then also became part of the certification committee. And now the same process that took me 3 years only might take you 3 months if you don't gather your information, all your papers all together. I founded the Pasco Hernando Hispanic Chamber of Commerce here in Pasco County because there was nothing for Hispanic business owners at all. Wesley Chapel was growing, and I felt that this was a great opportunity to start the leadership skills I'm going to tell you in a minute. I have been a licensed Medicare insurance broker since 2004, I believe. And that, like I mentioned, was a godsend. He told me specifically that my company was going to be the beacon that everybody was going to see in Pasco County, that it was going to attract people to him. I had a couple of awards. The latest one is the Leadership Award from the Tampa Bay Hispanic Heritage. No, the latest one is the 50 most influential Hispanic leaders in Florida for the Florida Commission on for the Florida State Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And I consider myself a business trailblazer by having 3 different businesses. Now, I tell you all this because I want you to understand that this did not came overnight. This took what I call Ñeque. And Ñeque comes from a Quechua word that means grit or resilient. Strength and vigor, both in body and soul. And one who is strong and courageous, who perseveres through difficult times. Doesn't that sound like business owners, right? Especially right now after the pandemic, right? If we were all sent to our little rooms and told us we can't do this, and boom, what happened with Zoom? Zoom crashed like the first night, right? Like, because everybody went Zooming. Now, I don't know about you guys, but Zooming was not my thing. I was not going to do these presentations, but because I like to meet people. So I was actually living in postponing my presentations in virtual. And now I'm a pro. You guys see me? See me? I can work this thing like I knew what I've been doing for years, right? That is one of those things. And Brandon, I hear you, man. Just you keep going, dude. Do not give up. This is some of the ladies. The word the Quechua dialect is from this tribe called the Otavalos. And the women Otavalos are very entrepreneur. The gentlemen are too, but most of them are women. And as you see those little shirts that she's wearing, they embroidered that by hand. And now they're international all over. This very humble tribe goes all over the world selling their goods and services, right? And that's where the Ñeque come from. The four components of Ñeque will help you achieve a thriving, successful, and profitable business while you balance life at the same time and write your happy success story. You need four components for that, and what I call purpose, persistent, persevere, and pivot. Purpose, persistent, persevere, and pivot. Now I'm going to break it down for you. The first is your purpose. Clarity gives you power, my friends. We were all created by our Creator for a purpose that only you and I were made for. And we go in life getting distracted by idols because our purpose is so great. And God put that purpose on us. So if we don't have clarity of where our purpose is, we're going to get distracted with many things. And we're going to live a mediocre, unhappy life. But see, God did not create us for that. God created us to live in a mighty way because we are His children. And if you let the Holy Spirit take over the flesh, we can live that amazing life He has for us. The first thing is be transparent. Be who you are. My friends, nobody can do what you were made to be. So own it. You know, I used to have this little, like, people says, Rosie, you're always smiling. You're like, I mean, look, you have all these wrinkles in your face because you're always smiling. And then somebody one time said to me, well, those are smile wrinkles. And I said, well, you know what? If those are because I'm making somebody's day because my smile is changing their ways, let the wrinkles come. And let me know, believe me, I'm not putting no Botox for those wrinkles. Because those wrinkles mean I made somebody's day. Share your story. My friends, your story is His story. What He did in your life. God do not use perfect people. He uses imperfect people. So you can connect to other people that are imperfect like you because we live in a fallen world. So He can reach out. And they connect because the enemy wants to keep you isolated, thinking you're the only one that those things happen. Sarah, you were the only one in the Cambodian fields. You know that was not true, right? Just share your story. Is unique and God is going to use you. You know, we are the hands and feet of Christ. Hands and feet of Christ. He uses us to touch others, and it comes from our story. Own your story. Be vulnerable and real. I'm so passionate right now. I'm crying. But you know what? This is who I am. When I talk about my God and the God I serve, I can't contain the happiness and the love and the emotion and the passion I have for Him. Because He found me at my well, and He loved me there, as dirty and as sinful as I was, and He saw right through me, and He made me what I am today because of Him. Your number two is persistent. Once you find your why, once you find your purpose, you know, it has to be so strong that people think you're crazy. You're the only one that is going to see that vision, okay? But it's going to scare other ones. When I knew that I was going to own my own business, at one point, when God came and touched my mind, my life, and I told you guys that He found me in the well, my sister thought she needed to call the loony bin and put me in there because I kept crying and crying. because God was just changing me and healing me from inside out. But that's when I realized that Ñeque is grit and is persistent. So when I did my the first thing I did is personal development. Once I found God, I realized that personal development was one of the things that made me stronger. So I remember the first book I read was Boundaries. If you guys know my family, we have no boundaries whatsoever. And we come from a lot of love. My Spanish family is like crazy. Like, have you guys seen the big fat Greek wedding? Picture that in the Spanish community. My immediate family is like 20 people. There's the crazy aunts. There's the all these things. But we had no boundaries. And that was like what made me so sometimes overachiever, but at the same time, very, very people pleaser, right? So personal development, work on your junk. And I'm telling you, listen, we're not gonna arrive there until the day we died and we're in the feet of Jesus. So live this temporary life to the fullest and grow every single day and have grace on yourself and say, well, I did it better this time. Okay. And if you fall 8 times, make sure that you get up 9, because it's about getting up again. Find inspiring people. One of the things that I kind of listen to in the morning is that Darren Daily. Darren Hardy has like a 5-minute daily devotional too. I'm not sure if it's Christian, but you guys can also do that. But to me, he's the one that has the most business sense in a really snippet, quick 5 minutes. And if you start with that, your day will be right. Because like I mentioned, the battles for business owners are won every single day when you get up and do it again. Your battle is won daily. Be grateful and positive. At 10 years old, I realized I was a die-hard optimistic. Because, I wanted to play soccer so bad, but because in my country, girls did not play soccer because that was not ladylike. I had to go to the field and negotiate and work on my leadership skills so I can play in the team. And one time I went there and there was all these boys playing with this young girl who happened to be an American. And I was saying, well, she's a girl. Why am I not able to play because I'm a girl? They say because he was an American. And at that time I realized, hey, I need to find out what this American is because I want to go there and I want to be able to play soccer. When I befriended her, I realized that she was a missionary from the United States and that in America, girls can play any sport they want. So I ran back to my home and I told my mom, I got it. I know how I can play soccer without anybody giving me hard time about it. And he goes, how, mijita, how? So we need to meet. We need to move to America and I need to meet this guy named Jesus. Then everything will work. I'm telling you, Jesus chased my heart for 20 years, but I'm here today to let you know that he is real and he exists. And I'm grateful, saying every single day for everything he's done. The third component is persevere. Invest in yourself. My friend, the biggest commodity of your business is you. You are the human capital of your business. So you want to make sure that you are in the best possible shape, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, so you can lead others. And so God can take you where he wants to take you. You are the most important asset of your company. So make sure if you want a successful company, for you to invest in yourself. Investing in yourself is like the Discover car, priceless. There's nothing. My grandmother used to say, Rosie, whatever you learn, whatever you eat, whatever you see, nobody can steal that from you. Those are your emotions. Those are your things. And I remember it's just amazing. I also add whatever you have danced because before when I used to travel a lot, I used to go to, if I go to a place, I needed to go to a nightclub and see how is the nightclub life over there. So I've been to nightclubs in Canada and Dominican Republic, but that was again my prior life to meeting the Lord. And you know what, guys? The only person you are competing is the person that you were yesterday. So have grace on yourself, work one day at a time. This is a temporary life just preparing us for what? For eternity with God. So just try to do one thing better than you did yesterday. But don't self-sabotage yourself by comparing yourself to others, because you are unique. Now, I don't know about you guys, but we all talk about that we all have our own digital prints and they're unique to us. Now, when we do this, the citizenship, like here as a naturalized citizen, they tell us too that we have to have this side of the ear as the picture. It's not a face like this, is your side of the ear. Do you guys know why? Your ear is unique to each of us. Nobody has the same ears like your fingerprints. That was amazing to me to know. Can you imagine our DNA? We are so uniquely made that so many things are so different and they're unique to us. We just need to understand those things, okay? You are amazing. The fourth thing is pivot. Now, this word pivot, when I wrote this book, was not as successful as it is now after a pandemic, right? Now everybody talks about pivot. But when I started, I remember I told you guys that I did not do virtual presentations because I just felt that doing this virtually will not get my energy and my passion and everything that I used to do when you see me live. But then the first thing when we got sent to our rooms, somebody says, Rosie, I need you to do a Zoom presentation about something because we're trying this. And I just created this presentation and did it. Because why? Because the best thing for us to be the adaptable and powerful leader of the world is we need to adapt. The second thing that I tell people to do is create. During college, since we couldn't go anywhere, I created a lot of my content. I created the 12-week course, Ñeque Academy, which is self-guided, it's virtual, you do it at your own pace. You know how long those are? About 11 years of experience in owning a business that I had in my mind, but I never did anything with it. So create, because that content creation is what is going to monetize your business in the future. So it's not going to be about money that much. It's going to be about what you know. And only you can teach what you were created to be. Then develop that. Like, for example, I did the 12-week course. I also I did my Cafecito with Rosie second edition on TV. I added the podcast series because I have all the things that I needed to add to all the content that I already had in my head. So I developed. And then I collaborate with other people to create that. So, for example, I have a videographer, and we barter things. I don't know if you visit my website, his logos is on my website. So we barter. There are people where you can barter their information, and you give something, and they give something, and you both look amazing. The whole idea as business owners is sticking together so we can all succeed. 70% of the economy of the United States is run by small business. So it is in the best interest for all of us to make sure that these small businesses stay in business. And not only that, my friends, there's going to be many businesses that may not be here in 6 months from now. So there is right now the opportunity for the entrepreneurial world to just expand with more amazing individuals, with more amazing new technologies or things that we're going to see. Because, this is the beauty of this amazing country. The American dream was created for that. And I will leave you with this last quote because this is the end of my presentation, and I hope I inspire you and gave you the tools kind of what you need, of who you are. But perseverance is a stubbornness with a purpose. Persevere is a stubbornness with a purpose. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's the one thing that has continued to every single day keep me going, chasing after God's heart, and then allow Him to work through me to touch others. My name is Rosie Paulsen. I'm the owner of Rosie Paulsen Enterprises and SNR Services. My friends, stay pure, stay positive, and stay inspired. And I will stop this really quick. Okay.